This is Movies in Contemplation with Jarokk and...
Oh, am I talking to you?
Yeah.
Today.
Yo, everybody, welcome back.
Hello. Wow, that was very
Thank
Yahoo.
you. Hello. Let's get ready to rock. No, it's not that, but we're not rumbling.
We're not rumbling, but it's close.
Sure. Yeah.
You know better than me. Because it's a Jarokk pick.
It is. It's me pick. It's a me pick today. We are doing Warrior 2011.
Warrior.
So why do I feel weak? All right, 2011 Warrior, directed by Gavin O'Connor. I don't know too much about Gavin O'Connor. I know he did that movie Miracle or whatever. I never watched it, but I'm not. The main work of his that I know is this movie, and I really like this movie a lot.
Yes.
But this is a very good movie. Anywho, let's talk about the wine.
The wine.
Yeah,
you picked a good one.
Yeah, we chose heavyweight. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Mm-hmm. Has some boxing gloves.
Has some boxing gloves on the label. No description, so it's simple. It's generous blackberry and current aromas with inviting layers of dark fruit. So that is a description. It's just very subtle.
Yeah, to the point.
So, to the point. Good. I haven't had a sip yet, so let's take our first sip.
I definitely like this a lot better than the last one. I can't even say it now.
It's like a dry sweet.
It's a nice,
It's
dry.
a beautiful blend.
Very good.
Oh, yes.
Good choice.
Lovely. Thank you.
And perfect choice for the movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. The boxing glove. It takes back... I mean, we're obviously... fuck, if we ever do Rocky, I guess this wine's out.
Yeah.
But that's all right, because it's perfect. Got a fighting movie, boxing gloves, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, let's move over to the handy-dandy Shakespearean notebook.
Yes.
All right, we've got calumniating. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Uttering maliciously false statements. Calumniating. Beast-eating. Immature. Unweaned. Beast or beast is the milk a cow produced soon after calving. Oh, so it's like placenta? I guess.
Placenta?
I mean, it said
Not
the milk produced soon after calving? No?
Maybe...
Like the milk comes out when it's in the middle of giving birth to the calf? Or are we talking like it's just got a weird taste right after the cow? It gives birth, makes birth. I don't know.
I don't know.
Any of you farmers out there, please let us know, because I have no fucking idea.
Inform us, farmers.
I'm intrigued, though. Bed presser. Heavy, lazy person.
Oh, I thought it was going to be something else. But
Well,
that's all right.
we can't all...
It can't always be...
It can't always be about sex.
Nah.
It's got to be about something else. Even though bed presser, that's exactly where my mind went.
My mind went bottom.
Jesus. Why would the bottom be a bed? Never mind.
Yep. Press,
Yeah, I got you.
Pressing.
I got you.
Hands.
Yep, all right.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Moving on! Okay, so.
Jarokk.
Yes.
What does this movie mean to you, and why did you pick it for us?
You know what? This is a very good movie, and when this came out, I was in Los Angeles.
You say like it's a bad thing.
No. I said it was a good thing. Like, I was in Los Angeles at the time, so I didn't have the money to go just see movies willy-nilly.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
So I wanted to see this in theaters because I loved the premise. Like, I'm not a big geek when it comes to like MMA, but I do like watching it. I just don't know anybody's names. It's right up there with fucking like bull riding. I like to watch bull riding. I don't know every fucking bull's name.
You don't follow the players. You don't follow the fighters.
I just like to watch.
Ooh.
But anywho, yeah. And so at that time, I was like, man, I really want to see this. And Tom Hardy had just won me over because of Inception.
Yes. I feel like that was my introduction to him, too.
Yeah. Well, technically, my introduction to him was Black Hawk Down.
Oh. Yeah.
But other than that. And then Joel... I keep wanting to say fucking Joel Hodges. Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton, this was also... let's just be real here. This movie, not a lot of people... The biggest name in this movie was Nick Nolte.
Yes.
So, that's the thing. But anywho, yeah, this movie means a lot to me. So let's go ahead and get going, because I just kind of already started easing my way into getting started.
Yeah, and I think you'll get more to explaining why once we start the film. You don't want to give...
I don't want to give too much away. This is a very heavy film. This is very emotional, emotionally really heavy. And
it's a movie about family.
It's about family. It's about, yeah. It's a movie about family. And a lot of, like, the negative aspects.
Yes.
So, and honestly about this movie, one thing that I really do like about this movie is that all of us can relate in some way when it comes to this film. There is so much shit that happens in this film that I'm pretty sure every listener on here, and even myself, have experienced at least one fucking thing that has happened in this film. Mm-hmm. And it is just, it's heart-wrenching, but that's life. Yeah. And it's just kind of a nice little wake-up call to watch something like that and be like, God, dude, that's me. It's...
Yeah, and I think you really get... Because it's not one-sided.
No.
Like, I really felt, even if I haven't experienced something in this, I was able to really be on everybody's side.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, well, obviously this one is the one that's at fault.
Yeah. And there were a lot of moments where you hated him, and then they did something that fucking brought you right back.
Yeah, it's like, well, fuck this character. Well, fuck that character. But wait a minute. Oh, my God.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's redeemed.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
This movie did really well. I didn't know anything about it, obviously, until you had me watch it. So...
Yeah. So, all right, well, let's jump in.
Yeah.
So, we open up to Nick Nolte, Patty Conlon. Nick Nolte just leaves church. He was either at church or at a meeting. No, it was a meeting. He was at, like, an AA meeting. Because he is a recovering alcoholic. He's been clean for 1,000 days. What is that, like? How many years? Fuck, I don't know.
I didn't go to school for fucking math.
Right, I don't know. Fuck math. Anywho, 1,000 days. So he gets in his car and he puts a tape in. He listens to
an audiobook.
He listens to an audiobook, which is Moby Dick. Throughout the film, you will hear this tape go on and off.
One thing I didn't catch, and if this gives anything away for the beginning, then put a pin in it, but do they ever explain why he listens to Moby Dick?
Oh, I'll explain that.
Okay, good.
They don't personally say it, but I have my own beliefs.
Okay, good.
I have my own theory on that. But, so, yeah, he's listening to Moby Dick, and then he goes home, and he sees Tom Hardy, whose character is Tommy Conlon. And he's sitting on a porch, and he apparently hasn't seen his dad in like 14, 13 years. Or his brother. And Nick Nolte comes up to the door and is like, oh my God, Tommy, is that you, Tommy? And Tommy he like pulls out a bottle of Jameson and he's like, yeah, I haven't seen you in forever. And he's drunk, clearly.
Yeah, he has his own little thing he's sipping in a paper bag.
Yep. And he pulls out a bottle of Jameson and is all like, here, I got this for you, let's go celebrate. Nolte's all like, that's not for me anymore, man. I'm clean. I don't do that. Like, I'm clean. I will not. Yeah. Would you change brands?
Yeah.
No, I'm clean.
Tommy is like so confused, like that there's no possible way that this man is sober, which is a really good hint of what we learned more. How bad he was, yeah. How bad it was, and he's like, "What? You change brands?"
Right. So they walk in, and Nick Nolte makes coffee. Comes out, my drink of choice. Mm-hmm. Comes out and tries to give it to Tommy, and Tommy's like, I'm not having no fucking coffee. Like, no, I don't drink coffee. Like, get that away from me. So he's looking through, and he's like, I don't see much of a woman's touch around here. And Patty says, no more women for me, Tommy. I don't date no more women. Like, he's at that age where he's not even going to attempt to, and he probably just doesn't want to because of his own personal reasons.
Right.
Of his past, which we're going to find out here in a second. So Tommy says, oh, yeah, I guess not all women can take a hit nowadays.
Oh, my God.
So there's our second clue of what Nick Nolte's character, Patty, was like as a father, as a human fucking being. Yeah. He was a drunk, wife beater, all fucking probably abused his kids.
Yeah, I don't know if we hear much about that, but...
I don't think he necessarily does. I mean, maybe because he was a fucking trainer for wrestling and fighting.
Yeah, he must have been a really hard trainer, like hard ass.
That's what we kind of learned through Tommy. Tommy kind of, was all like, one thing you're good at. Mm-hmm. You had a lot of faults, but that's the one thing that you could back up. So you were really good at fucking training people. So they're continuing to talk, and Tommy is just laying it on thick. He's saying all this shit like, "Oh, you go to church now? You're a churchgoer. Your buddy Jesus. Mm-hmm. He must have been down at the local pub taking care of all the drunks while I was rubbing mom with holy oil.
Yeah,
and praying because she didn't have insurance when she got sick and she died, and all this shit. He's just laying it on thick, and Nolte's taking it. He's just like, "Yep, okay, I deserve this." The whole time just sitting there. And my thing was watching Nick Nolte in every fucking scene. He is my favorite thing about this movie. Believe it or not, it's Nick Nolte.
So well.
I didn't look if he won anything. He fucking should have. If he did not,
or even get nominated for.
I hope he fucking got something, but I have no fucking idea.
It would be a little lower if it won any.
Let's see.
Or was at least acknowledged in some way. I'm better at checking IMDb when it's on my phone.
I know. Well, they're all fucking systems. They're different.
They are.
But anywho, we'll find out at one point.
Yeah.
But no, he was just amazing in this. And if this man, I believe that he fucking has a past of this, maybe. Again, I don't know much about Nick Nolte's personal life. That's his business. But Jesus Christ, dude. He was amazing.
If he didn't, then still wow. But it's so apparent that he went through something.
Or something, yeah.
That he used to personalize or use any type of subtext to really put out an amazing performance.
Yeah. Because I know Gavin, the director, said that Nick obviously channeled his own demons to let this out. And that's kind of well, fuck. But, fun story, they did actually write this character for Nick Nolte. So they had him already in mind for this character. So, what does that tell you? Anywho, so they're having their little spiel thing, and he's sitting there and he's just watching his drunk son essentially turn into what he used to be. And it's that's where I was like, man, he is literally watching his boy, and what a shit going through his head. This is my doing. This is what I did to my son. My son has literally become me. What the fuck? So then we get that.
Okay, yes. Nick Nolte was nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role.
Fuck yeah.
Good, yes.
It was yes.
And a Critics' Choice. He was nominated. Best Actor, okay, DFCC. Okay, so this got some recognition. It didn't win anything, but it did get some recognition, which I'm very happy to see.
Yeah. So, and then we start up, we're on a different, we're just going to go kind of, not scene by scene, but we're just kind of jump around. So, now we have, let's go ahead and meet Brennan.
Yeah, because Nick Nolte's in Pittsburgh and Brandon, they're in...
No.
I thought Pittsburgh.
Nolte's in... Brendan is in...
Philly.
No, he's in the Berg. No, yeah, he is in Philly, and Nick Nolte's in Berg. You're right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. My bad. Yeah, Brendan's in Philly. So, Joel Edgerton, again, at this time, was not known too much.
Yeah, he has one of those faces... And even his performance where God, I've seen him in something.
You see him, but he was never really big roles. At least out here. Maybe in Australia, I don't know.
Oh.
But, because his brother is a famous Australian stunt coordinator. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's a stunt coordinator in Australia, I believe. Don't quote me. But, but no, Joel was not that big but after this film.
I hope so.
Because he had The Thing in 2011.
Okay.
And then all other kinds of good shit that he was in, and he was in that.
Good, I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy for him. Because he did...
he was phenomenal.
Really, really fucking well,
him and Jennifer Morrison, I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
Tess, she played his wife, Tess. Jennifer Morrison, everybody should know as Emma.
In Once Upon a
Time.
Yeah.
But... they're at a birthday party for their kids, and he's getting face painted.
So
they got
cute.
gifts. Oh, yeah.
They have 2 daughters.
You're really seeing how he is as a father.
What Nick Nolte was not.
What Nick Nolte was
or
not.
Patty, sorry.
Well, yeah, so you're seeing all this. And then we cut back. We find out he's a teacher.
A physics teacher.
Physics.
For like high
is
school.
It physics? Yeah. High school physics. And
I'm just saying, I would definitely have hots for teacher.
Well, there you go.
Teacher.
I mean, hey, there's a lot, you got it. It's always the women teachers everybody wants to bag. You gotta have a guy in there. There's always some form of, and most of my fucking teachers in high school, believe it or not, they were all like the sports coaches and shit. They were all younger dudes. A couple were older, but like some of my high school, from what I remember, some of my high school coaches, they were young. They were like in their 30s.
Well, you know what's funny? I have a teacher of mine. I had him for world history, and then I had a English teacher like the year before. It turns out that they are married, and they met while she was his student.
Hello.
I don't know. I am not saying that anything happened between them while she was in high school. I am not saying that, but that was just the story around the block was. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And not that she was like, I don't really know the age difference. He wasn't old by any means, but still, it was just like, yeah.
So then we know that Brennan and Tess, they're having financial problems. Brennan is in that scene. He's at a bank, and he's trying to get his,
finances in order, yeah.
Finances in order. They're trying to take his house. He's about to be... they're about to take his house, the bank is, because he can't make his payments. He's like, me and my wife have 3 jobs between us. You got to help us. Their daughter their second born was born with a heart problem, and they have hospital bills up the fucking wazoo because of it. And the bank guy is, I'm sorry, the bank.
The bank.
Like, just, he even makes jokes that piss me off.
Especially after, your daughter had a kidney thing? Heart. Oh, yeah, sorry. Just,
stories.
All the stories that I hear, pretty much saying, he's calling them, I think, in his mind, excuses.
Right. He is. A lot of excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you, dude, okay? And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, during this pandemic, the banks, they're being fucking pains in the goddamn asses. I don't care who you are. The news can say all this shit, the banks are working with you. Yeah, they'll work with you after you fucking make a goddamn payment.
Yeah, and then you can take out a loan.
Or you can take out a loan to get that past due payment up. No, they're not going to push your shit back. Okay, but moving on.
Yeah.
So enough of that shit. Some banks are working with people, I will say that. I'm not going to bash every bank, but there are a lot of banks that are all like, we'll give you a loan.
Yeah.
To pay this payment so that you owe us more fucking money. Fuck you.
Yeah, later on.
Fuck you. All right, moving on. So, we're learning this with Brennan, and he's just they're going to take his fucking house. He doesn't want to do bankruptcy. He doesn't want to do any of that. And he says, when he goes to tell his wife, he sees some flyer, and he goes to fight at a parking lot of a strip club. He goes in there, and he pulls in, he starts fighting, he does his first fight. He's pretty much getting his ass kicked, but he's holding his own. Mm-hmm. Then the fucking head guy comes over and he's like, all right, so hey, 2 more, and then you get the dough's yours. Whatever the fuck he is. I don't think it's Jersey or some shit.
It's probably from Jersey.
And then the bacon's yours.
Yeah.
But Brennan wins. He goes home, and Tess comes out and is like, oh my God. She thinks he's a bouncer.
A bouncer at a strip club, yeah.
She thinks that he is a bouncer at, a strip club or a club or something. Probably the strip club they do that. But he lets the cat out of the bag, and he's all like, no, I'm not a bouncer.
Well, his eye is totally fucked up.
Yep. And it's about to happen, and he probably foresaw what was about to fucking happen because of this. Because he did such a big fucking event that, so... He tells her everything, and she's freaking out, and she's all like, you're gonna die. Like, you were already in the hospital for a really bad, because he almost did die, because he got beat so bad one time that he almost did die.
Yeah, because he, used to be a pro.
Yeah, he was a pro fighter. He fought with Frank we'll get to Frank, but I can't remember what Frank's fucking last name is. I probably passed his ass up. Frank Grillo. I love Frank Grillo. He's also not really like too known, but I love Frank Grillo. He played the trainer. Of Joel. Okay. Joel's trainer. You've seen him in shit.
Yeah, he looks familiar.
Yeah, he's in a lot of shit. He was the one guy in Captain America. Oh. He was the turncoat.
Okay. Yes.
And Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And The Purge. Second
Purge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's probably where you saw him.
Yeah, that's...
So...
I remember more Winter, but...
Yeah. But, so he spills the beans, and then he goes back to his school, and... Yeah, all the kids are talking about it. Yo, yeah, my brother was at the stripping club, the titty bar last night, and he told me all this. And it's like... And right there, he already was like, all right, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Because this kid's got a big fucking mouth. Mm-hmm. And yeah, dude, fucking high school, this...
Well, the kids...
I don't remember being that fucking dumb in high school. We really weren't, but there are fucking a lot of morons,
Well, they think it's cool. Right. I don't think in their fragile little minds they would ever think that he would get in trouble for it. I don't know. In my head, I'm going straight to, I got in trouble my first year of high school for getting into a fucking fight. So if I find out my teachers are fucking fighting, I sure as shit am not going to say anything. Like, you know. Nope. Yeah. All right.
It's like, shit, if I can't fight at school, why would it be allowed to even... I even had a teacher from high school that when I was still in high school, I went to a party that my teacher was going to be at.
Oh, right. Because...
And they told her, they were like, pretty much, oh, yeah, we gotta... So, yeah, she was like, she pretty much showed up, and it was like, here I was, and then she, like, turned around and left. She was like, yeah.
I can't, not doing that.
Nope, can't even be around, don't even want to be around you outside of school.
That's smart on her, because who knows what could have happened at that party.
Exactly.
And she was being very smart.
And that's exactly like, you know, our teachers in our AMDA, John DeLuise. Yeah. He's not about... until you graduate, he does not fucking do anything.
Because he throws the best parties.
Yes, he does.
Like dinner parties. They're so
yes, he does.
Fun, sophisticated. You have to be a graduate. You get to sing. Like...
I miss him.
It's like the perfect party.
Yeah. Him and Robbie.
And Robbie,
his husband. Yeah. So he fights. Principal comes in. He gets in trouble. Principal is Kevin Dunn. We all should know Kevin Dunn. He's another big name. Kevin Dunn's a pretty big name. He is a
pretty big name. He's more like 90s big.
More than 90s big, exactly. Yeah. Perfect way to say it. But Kevin Dunn is like getting in this argument, and he's talking to Brennan, and he's just like, Brennan, this isn't moonlighting at Applebee's, for God's sakes. He's like, you can't do this, and you have no business to be in the ring with the animals. And he goes... Well, I was one of those animals. He goes, you were what? And he goes, yeah, I guess I left that out of my resume, huh? Yeah. And he goes, yeah, I guess you did. It's like, shit. But would they have hired him? That's the question. I don't know. Maybe nowadays they probably wouldn't look at that too much.
I don't know. That's a question for my mom.
Sport. It's a fucking sport, though. So kids are doing it. It's like if you can't get a job as being a UFC fighter as like a teacher, let's say, but somebody who played football or somebody who fucking boxed or somebody who does anything like that. Yeah. And some, I think schools, I don't think schools like have boxing teams or any of that shit.
Well, they have wrestling teams.
Right, they have wrestling teams.
I would think if he wanted to be the wrestling coach, he probably
would be perfect for it.
He would have put that on the resume. But he was going for the physics teacher, so, sometimes if it's just... Yeah. It doesn't lend to the job that you're trying to get, so you just nick it out.
Let's just leave it out, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what he does.
Unless they want they do kind of have to do some type of background check. You have to get your fingerprints taken. Like, I had to do that just to be a cheer coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm sure a lot of places need really hardcore background checks. Mm-hmm. But, so Kevin Dunn is talking to him, and he's all like, the fucking, whatever the fuck they're called. The
principal?
No, the other one, the higher up.
Oh, the like superintendent.
The superintendent, yeah. He's coming in, and Kevin Dunn is like arguing to him, and he does that hilarious, shit is here. Yeah. That's just my favorite. It's just, no, Brennan, you cannot, shit is here. He's just, man hasn't been in a school since 9/11. Like, it just goes, what is the point of a superintendent involved? They only show up when there's, like, big problems.
Yeah, I guess they got more important things to do.
I guess. But, so, all that, he loses his job.
Well, he gets suspended for the rest of the semester or the year.
Well, because they got a lawyer, and the lawyer, as a favor to Principal Zito, Kevin Dunn.
Oh.
As a favor to Principal Zito, the lawyer is working with them, and he pretty much says, they can't do this to you, so you'll get your job back next year. Because he's got to wait a semester, so it's right.
But that doesn't help the situation that they're in right now.
Right, they've got 3 weeks to get money for their home.
Money right now.
So, all of that, let's jump back. That's, again, why we're kind of going off to, because we're fucking dodging, like, 3 different stories going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this.
So, let's go back to Tommy. So, Tommy goes to a gym that used to be the gym that he trained at as a kid, Fitzy's. And it sounds like a fucking root beer joint.
Mm-hmm.
So he walks in, and the kid behind the desk is like, nah, this ain't Fitzy's. I don't know who that is, but this is Cole Boyd's gym. Like, come on in. So Tommy's training. Sees this fucking loudmouth with a mohawk. And his name is, Jesus Christ, the name, Mad Dog Grimes. Mad Dog Grimes. I don't know who this actor is who plays Mad Dog, but he did good because I fucking thought he was annoying as shit.
Yeah, he was a prick.
And he's beating, and you called this, he's beating the shit out of this little dude. Like his sparring partners are just
not even half his size.
Mm-hmm. But you know what?
Or more than half.
There are people like that, and I fucking cannot, like, there are people that are just such pricks like him. That there's this one video that went viral of a guy who does it. He literally makes videos of being just like that Mad Dog Grimes dude. He just beats the shit out of these people.
Being a bully.
Beats the shit out of these people to just talk shit while doing it in a fucking, like, I think it was an 18-year-old, like, beat the shit out of him and pretty much gave him a taste of his own medicine.
Oh, the other way.
The other way around. Essentially what happens here, because Tommy hears this dude and Mad Dog knocks out his sparring partner. And if you're going to knock out your fucking sparring partner, you really are a prick.
Yeah.
Because they're not there to actually fucking fight. They're there to help you fucking train and for you to be better, dude. So if you're just going to beat the shit out of them, you're a fucking asshole. I'm sorry. You should have respect for the fucking person you're working with in your fucking sport.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about
like he's there
people like that.
Yeah, to help. And he knows that he's bigger than him, so that's already intimidating.
Yeah. Save that shit for your fucking actual fight, and as soon as the fight's over, have respect. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Have fucking respect. So Tommy goes up, and Tommy's all like, hey, I just want to keep your boy warm for you. That's it. Just let me keep your boy warm. So Tommy gets in, and Tommy doesn't even fucking hesitate. He literally stomp kicks this motherfucker, and Mad Dog's all like, oh, okay, you want to be a hero? And then he tries to beat the shit out of Tommy. Tommy just knocks his ass out, like, right away. Really quick, knocks his ass out.
You, like, right away see the different styles of fighting that Brendan and Tommy have.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Brendan is more strategy, and Tommy is just a fucking animal.
Exactly. But you hit the nail on the fucking head, because that is exactly what it is.
And I know nothing about fighting people.
And that is how both of them in the film were trained. Mm-hmm. That's how Nick Nolte trained Tommy to be. He trained him to be, Patty. Well, yeah, fuck it. Patty. Same fucking person. Well. But that's exactly how he trained him. And then you'll see how Brennan gets trained when we get over to Frank. But, yeah, completely different. So, he beats the shit out of him in a viral YouTube video. Goes viral.
Yeah.
And we learn that we learn that Tommy, he was in the military.
He was a Marine.
And he saved a kid that was trapped in, like, a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Or something.
In the water.
Yeah, in the water. They couldn't get the fucking door open because of the water pressure, but Tommy was able to lift it up in the water and got everybody out. And then he just disappeared, and the kid was like, because he saw the video and found out that was Tommy, and then he, like,
because he
opens his mouth and is all like, I want everybody to know, Tommy,
this is a hero. Because they were overseas.
Iraq or something. Afghanistan,
yeah.
I don't know. But they were, at the time, it would probably have been Iraq at that year, but I don't know. But he does all that shit, And that's kind of getting a little ahead. So Tommy gets Mad Dog's spot in this big event called Sparta. And that is where, you know, the best of the best fighters, MMA fighters get, like, I think there's like 12 of them or however many were invited.
Okay, can you just, for me, I know you explained it to me, but...
What?
Especially for people like me that don't know, what's the difference between UFC and MMA?
It's the same thing, UFC, Ultimate Fighting Champion. That's essentially what's on TV.
That's an event.
Yeah.
Okay, I always
MMA is mixed martial arts.
Right.
It's what this is. It's, it's fighting, it's jiu-jitsu, it's a mix of all kinds of different fucking martial arts.
Okay.
So that's MMA. It's the same thing, but
UFC
is the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
It's an event. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds like, it's a dumb question, but
no, it's not.
For someone that doesn't.
When you talk MMA and your UFC,
MMA is the style, then UFC is the event.
Yes. Okay. There you go.
Boom. Thank you.
Mixed martial arts. So Brennan, where was I? Tom, I'm standing here. All right. So Tom gets Mad Dog Grimes' spot because he beats the shit out of him. He's having coffee with his dad, and his dad, he's asking Patty, saying, I want you to train me. But this isn't a forgiveness or any kind of shit. I don't want you. All you are is my trainer. That's it.
This isn't going to be a father-son bonding moment.
So Patty is, of course, trying to say, he's like, he tries to be a father again. Mm-hmm. He's all like asking questions. He goes, what did I just tell you? Get that through your skull. I'm not doing that. Mm. So Patty is all like, all right. But you get this through your skull. You came to me, so don't go threatening to walk every 5 minutes. Just Nick Nolte.
I wonder if that's part of their history that Tommy would do that as a...
Oh, threatening to walk?
Yeah.
Well, I'll fucking leave, Dad.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows. But anyway, he's just... So, Nick, he's sitting there, and he's just laying it on. It was the first time that we see him not trying to kind of... Because he takes it from both of his kids.
He does.
He fucking takes it.
Yeah. But because this was his profession, this is his livelihood.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about, so he kind of just says, okay, you want me to be your coach? Well, this is how it's going to fucking be.
Yeah, and he's all like, first off, you're going to give me the pills that are... And you do hear these pills jingle jangle when he walks in. And I think you see him take some in the beginning of the film. Yeah. And I'm assuming they're steroids. That's my assumption. But Nick Nolte's all like, you're going to dump the pills. Actually, give them to me right now. And I want the pills.
Yeah.
And Tommy gives him the pills. And Nolte's all like, there are 3. Because he has that ear of a hawk. So he throws the other pill bottle down and all that jazz.
He even rags on him about his diet too. Like, you're not eating what I'm eating. Yeah. What I'm eating is for losers.
This is for losers and old men.
Yeah.
He goes, well, you're going to watch your diet. You're going to stay at the house and da-da-da-da-da. We're going to really, this is how we're going to work. So Tommy gets his trainer. There you go. Now, Brennan needs to get his trainer, so he goes to his old trainer, the guy who trained him when he was UFC. Mm-hmm. And that is Frank Grillo. His name is Frank Campana. I don't know.
I like Campana.
Frank Campana. I think that's actually how they say his name, Frank Campana. But it's Frank Grillo. We already talked about Frank. But Frank was really good friends with Brennan's character, with Brennan. Mm-hmm. And they used to train before, and they kind of, I don't want to say they had a falling out because they didn't have a falling out, but I guess it just got awkward because when Brennan got hurt real bad and was in the hospital and almost died, Tess apparently gave Frank a really fucking hard time.
Yeah.
And to the point that Frank is pretty much like, Brennan's asking him, he comes up and he's all like, I got a problem with the bank. And he goes, well, I guess I can give you a couple money. How much money do you need?
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not asking for a loan. I want you to train me. And he goes, what the fuck would I train you for? And he was like, oh, well, because I want to start fighting again. He goes, Brennan, on the right side of 30, you are not as good as what some of these guys are. Because Frank has a guy right now in Sparta.
Yes.
He's got this like young fucking 22-year-old
big guy,
big dude. I don't remember this character's name because he's really not.
You don't really, yeah.
Marco, but Frank is training Marco for Sparta because he got in, and he's like a prodigy. Mm-hmm. This Marco is. Even so that the fucking JJ, whatever the fuck, who actually was Gavin O'Connor, goes. He's supposed to be like the.
Yeah, he's in the movie too.
Right, Gavin O'Connor. Yeah, he plays JJ White or whatever the guy's name is, which is kind of like, I guess you could say he's essentially the Dana White, the head of like the UFC. I think Dana's that. Juice, correct me. I don't know. Or Kareem, I don't know. But the both of them are hardcore into it, and knowledge-wise, I'm not. But Brennan is like talking to him, and he's trying to get him to say. He says, "Come on, will you train me?" And Frank just is like, "Does Tess know about this? Like, are you telling me the full truth? Because I'm not going to say yes, and then I find out Tess doesn't know, and she comes down and she fucking rips my nuts off, some shit like that." He goes, "Yeah, she knows." And he goes, "Okay, because I was the one that was stuck with her in the hospital where you were damn near in a coma, knocked out."
I kind of want to talk about Tess for a minute, if you don't mind, because
please,
I do like Jennifer Morrison a lot, and her character, I believe she did a good job, because I was worried at first, like, oh my god, is this going to be another wife that does the whole, when their husband wants to do something, once again, that was like dangerous or whatever, just fights him the whole time, and it's just, I understand, okay, yeah, being a wife, if you do something that's dangerous, I'm going to be worried, but I don't know, like, well, also because I have not experienced what she did.
Yeah.
So it was a weird back and forth how I was feeling about her. Of course, at the end, I ended up really liking her, but I was just worried, okay, is this going to be another one where the wife fights him the whole time? And that kind of just puts a sour taste in my mouth when certain movies do that. Like, I did not experience what she did. So to me, it just as a movie watcher, it gets annoying.
Yeah. Well, you see her transition too. You see her evolution, if you will.
Yeah.
Because she tells him, she's like, okay, I'm going to allow you to do this, but I'm not watching one fucking fight.
Right.
I'm not watching one thing. I don't want to know. Like, you text me as soon as you're done, and that's how I know. And half the time she's sitting there, she doesn't hear from him. She's like, he's in the fucking hospital. He's gone. She's like freaking out.
Yeah.
And then she gets to that text. And then she goes to watch him on TV. And then it's just like, and it's just uphill from there.
It does go uphill. I just wanted to point out how
absolutely.
I felt at first. Like, again, I understand trauma and things happening in the past that were very, very scary. I like, okay, this is going to happen anyway because this is a movie. So let's, I hope there is growth.
Yeah. So Frank, he agrees. He trains Brennan, and Brennan's all like, all right, well, let me go out to my car. I'm going to go get my shit. And he's like, oh, you're going to train now? He's like puts his fucking mitts up. And he's like, yeah. So Brennan goes home, and Nick Nolte, Patty, is outside, and Patty's waiting for Brennan. And Patty comes out and he goes, hey, Brennan, hey. I'm sober 1,000 days, I just wanted to say. He goes, oh, okay, is there something wrong with your hands? He goes, no. And he goes, there's something wrong with your hands, and you can use the telephone. Like, you're not supposed to come around here. And all this shit, he's all like, you can write or call. You do not show up to my house. You don't come over. You don't see my kids. You don't do nothing. And Patty is sitting there, and he's just kind of like, you know what, yeah, okay. And Brennan, oh my God, he lets him have it. And, because Patty's just like, Brennan, can I just come in and can we break bread? Can I just see my granddaughters and get to know them? And he goes, whoa, why is that? Why can't you see them? Why can't you see them, Pop? And I believe, because they don't tell us, they kind of make us guess about what happened because Patty, he knew the oldest of the girls.
Yes.
He knew Emily. And I think that Brennan and Tess and Emily lived with Patty. That's my thought, because I think they lived with him for a while, and that's probably what made them say, "Fuck this, we're getting a house. We're moving out of Pittsburgh. We're going to where are they? Philly. We're going to Philly. We're going to get as far away from him, but as close and cheap as possible from what we know."
Yeah.
And, you know, that's my thought. And I do think that he, like, lived with him because something happened. And I don't see them saying, let's let Pop babysit the kid. Because that was my other thought. Did he babysit her and something happened? Because Brennan really lays on that Patty is the reason that that Patty did something to the young one.
Yeah.
To make him not be around.
Yeah, at least the kid or maybe Tess.
So that's, you know, my thought is that they lived with him. Because they even say, we're not backtracking. And they say something that kind of gives me that hint of, we're not going back to that. To, like, living with their dad. Yeah,
yes.
That's my thought. So, he's just, like, sitting there, and Patty is, God damn it, and again, Nick Nolte. He's just like, I've got a granddaughter in there. I've got a granddaughter in there I haven't seen in 3 years, and I hardly even met. And he's just like, no, well, you know what? You're not coming in. And then he goes, well, Tommy's back. You know, Tommy,
Do you think that was, like, another way to, like, either
get him to stay and talk?
Get him to stay and talk, or, hey, maybe if Tommy comes, would you
want to, like, all get together?
Would you feel better if Tommy was there with me?
Maybe. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But we learn that Brendan and Tommy don't have a relationship either.
Nope. And that's the thing, just a lot of broken fucking relationships.
Yeah, well, because, I don't know if you mentioned earlier, Tommy moved away from Patty, and then Brendan stayed.
Yeah, so Tommy left. He went with his mom, and Brennan was supposed to go, apparently, but he stayed behind because he loved Tess. And Brennan was 16 at the time, so he stayed for the girl. And he also kind of reveals that he did stay because he wanted to be a better fighter than Tommy. Tommy was the better fighter. Tommy was a fucking front runner.
Yeah.
And Brennan was just an underdog.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Brennan's the older one. You'd think.
Yeah. And Brennan even said, because I thought I would have you all to myself.
Yeah.
Like, Tommy was probably the golden child, the favorite, and Patty probably didn't give him the time of day.
Yeah.
Because he was so focused on Tommy.
Mm-hmm. Because he was the prodigy.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yep. So, Brennan, you know, he's letting it all out, and he says, oh, Tommy's back. And he goes, Brennan's about to go inside, and then Patty says, you know, I want to get my son back. Oh, okay, you got your son back, because Tommy came back, you know, you got your son back. And he goes, no, I'm talking about you, Brennan. And he goes, no, you got your son back. You know, go back to him. You know, get out of here. I got a wife and kid. Let me go.
I think Brennan even says, if Tommy wants to call me, he can call me.
Yeah, you don't have to come over.
Yeah, don't speak
for him.
Yep.
And then Brennan goes in, and there's Tess and the fucking kids just watching. And, of course, Patty's just like, oh, is that Emily? Oh, hi, sweetie. You know, and he's just like, oh, look at you. What? He's like, can I just come in and get some coffee? You know, can we just sit down? And he shuts the door, and he's still begging.
Yeah,
and it's like,
you can hear it.
I'm like,
and the kids like are like, who's that, Dad? He's like, I don't know.
It's nobody.
Just an old man.
Can you fucking imagine? I can't even fucking imagine. It breaks my fucking heart. I can't even think about being in that kind of situation.
Any direction.
Man. Because that just, god damn it, does that suck. So, okay. So then we get this montage of them preparing for Sparta. We get this Beethoven montage, and that's how he trains his fighters. He trains them through classical music because you listen to like heavy metal and shit, it's very barbaric. It's very like it's very Tommy. Mm-hmm. It's very get out there and go fucking get him. The Beethoven, which they play throughout the movie because that's apparently who Frank has a hard on for, is Beethoven. He does the Beethoven for him because he wants everybody to remember to be calm, to be collected, to breathe, to be fluid. Everything that a fighter really needs to be smart, to concentrate, not to be just this rabid fucking animal, which is fucking Tom. Mm-hmm. I don't know, I can't remember who the trainer was who taught Frank, for the making of the film, I can't fucking remember his name, but he was the one that suggested the classical music, because I think that's kind of what he does. Oh. I think. And he was like, do that. And he really like had to coach Frank, even though Frank has jiu-jitsu. He has like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and he was a boxer, so he has fighting, experience. But yeah, that's where they got like the classical from, because the trainer was like, you should. That's how you should do it. You should do it like that. Give you that kind of character. So we're doing this montage, and we find out that Marco gets hurt. I think his name is Marco. Marco gets hurt, and Brennan's all like pressuring Frank. He really is. He's all like, Frank, let me fight, man. Let me fight in it. And he's like, no. You got he has that one line that is so funny. He goes, you got a better chance of getting in a boy band, Brennan. Like, goodbye. Like, go home. I want to go home. And he just keeps on pressuring him. So Frank eventually gives in and tells him. And then we find out Brennan made that choice without Tessa's permission. And they made a pact. I missed this. But they did make a pact that he would fight, but it has to be, they both have to have the say on what he does. So he doesn't. He goes behind her back.
I think it was an impulse thing, and the moment that he asked him was probably going to be the only time, because he probably had a lot of adrenaline, and if he didn't do it maybe at that moment, he probably wouldn't have asked.
And it was like $2 million.
Yeah. Was it $2 million? I thought it was like $5.
Actually, I think you're right. I think it was like $5. It was a lot of fucking money.
Like $500,000 maybe.
I thought it was
$1 million?
I thought it was fucking $1 million, but
or maybe 500.
Or maybe it is 500,000. Who the fuck knows? It's a movie. But I've never heard of anywhere to give that much fucking money. But yeah, it's the prize is a fucking lot of goddamn money. So he does it, and then Tess eventually just gives in.
Yeah, is that when she said, like, okay, I don't want to know anything. I
think that's when she was like, I don't want to watch.
I'm not going to watch. I don't want to be there. Nope. Like,
I don't want to support this.
Yes.
That's essentially what she was saying, yeah. I don't want to support you doing this. I'll let you do it, but I'm not supporting it.
Yes.
Essentially how he treats his fucking father. I'll forgive you, but I don't.
Ah.
There
you go.
Like, yeah, I forgive you, Dad, but fuck you because you're an ass. And so they're at this convention. Brennan sees Tommy for the first time.
They both kind of see
each other. Yeah. And then Tommy just leaves. And Brennan gets caught by Frank. And Frank's all like, do not leave me. Like, you are my new fighter. You got to talk to these fucking people, not me. And I think that's hilarious because somebody comes up and goes, Frank. Right after that.
Well, yeah. Frank
Nobody wants to talk to me. Frank. Da-da-da.
Yeah, because no one knows Brandon, really.
Well, yeah, he's a fucking... And that's his thing, is everybody... And Brian Callen. We get old Brian Callen.
Fucking Callen.
Hi, folks, I'm Brian Callen. I don't know why I went Billy Mays.
Billy Mays here.
Brian
the Kid Callen.
I love fucking Brian Callen, man. I love that he plays himself.
He plays himself.
He goes in, and Brian is the spokesman. And Brian is huge in the MMA world.
Yes,
like Brian...
he is.
Callen is huge fan.
Podcast is Fighter and the Kid.
Right, it's Brennan.
Yeah. Brennan.
It is with Brennan, isn't it? Yeah.
I wonder if it's Brendan or Brennan. There's so many different ways to say it.
Everybody in this film was saying Brennan. Nobody said the fucking D. And that is what is confusing me.
It's Brendan, Brandon, or Brennan.
Yeah. There's so many, and that's right up there with... there's a lot of names that are said in many ways, and everybody just goes to the default.
Yes.
So,
That could be it, yeah.
Yeah.
An elocution thing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So, we're going through some of the fights, and a lot of the fighters, there are a couple fighters in here that are real UFC fighters. I don't know much of their name. The only name that I do know, and it is the only person that I do know, is Kurt Angle. Now, he's not an MMA fighter. He was an Olympic wrestler, and then he became a WWE wrestler. But he is Koba. He is that big Russian fucking dude.
Well, that makes sense, because I was just thinking, like, okay, so you have real fighters in a movie. Mm-hmm. Did they have to go through stunt. Like,
so the fighters
training.
So the fighters now. Kurt Angle was probably a huge exception.
That's what I was going to say, because he did the
because he was essentially, yes. I mean, and I'll say this right now, folks. WWE, the wrestling world. I never respected the wrestling world like I do now, because it may be fake. But Jesus fucking Christ, when you are doing it, it is hard work trying to be safe and not fucking hurt somebody. And at the end of the day, those fucking dudes still get hurt. If you look at a lot of the fucking old Jake the Snake Roberts or any of them fucking, Diamond Dallas Page, he did yoga and got back to where he was. But a lot of fucking wrestlers who retire are broken and are just, and it doesn't help that a lot of them did do drugs. But I mean, it was the time. It was the times, man. Just steroids, drugs, all kinds of shit that they did to their bodies. But in any sport and any way that you are physically, you are fucking working your body, and it is just, it gets worn out. There's a reason why back in the fucking Stone Age and all them shits that 20 was old. You fucking are using your shit all the time, then it gets worn out. But yeah, Kurt Angle, and you really do see it through the scenes that he does move just so fluid. Like, it's just, there's a reason why he was the big shit, the big man. The one, hardcore one.
Was he the one to beat?
He was the one to beat.
Main, okay.
Yeah, and it's funny that Brennan was the one that had to go up against him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you would have thought that it was Tommy, but everybody that Tommy went up against, Tommy fucking wiped the floor with him, and that was the point.
Yeah, I think, it
was to show that Tommy was the front runner, that Tommy was the fucking hardcore one, and Brennan was the underdog, because he was getting his ass kicked a lot more.
Even when everyone finds out about Tommy's past, he gets built up even more as the hero.
Yeah.
And, I'll let
you because everybody finds out about the tank. Everybody finds out. Again, it gets out. And Tommy's pissed about it.
Oh, he's not
He's
happy.
fucking fuming. He finds out that it's now out and his name's out there.
Because he was going as his mom's maiden name.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to be found out.
And we find out that he didn't get found out. We find out at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and fucking say it now why he was so fucking mad and why, because he goes AWOL. He left the military. He fucking went AWOL. He left. He was on his way out of the country. He came across those dudes, and then he went swimming and fucking pulled those guys out.
Yeah, and I think it doesn't even matter. I don't know too much about the military, but whether you do something heroic or not,
that's a serious.
If you go AWOL, that's a huge very offense. Serious.
Yeah. So does that shit, and then he gets found out. Well, Brennan wins this first, and he won out of luck, if you will. That dude fucking had him, but Brennan was able to hang on. Then we do get Tommy gets to fight Mad Dog Grimes. Mad Dog Grimes did not lose his spot. He got back in.
Which was really,
It was almost I think that fucking guy, the Colt Boyd or whatever the fuck, I think he put Tommy in as well as Mad Dog Grimes. Because they were still training in the same fucking place.
Yeah.
But they were just but anywho, he fights Tommy again, and it was the exact same fucking thing. He just gets his ass kicked. He doesn't even fucking make it. It's one punch.
But that's every fight that Tommy does.
It's one punch.
It's 1, 2, or boom, they're on the floor, and he just fucking would just leave the cage.
Yeah,
he wouldn't stay to get his hand raised, or he doesn't celebrate.
Nope, and that is what they want. They want that publicity. They are that is not allowed.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, he's kind of the rule breaker, the rebel, but also he's a hero, so you can totally root for him. But I feel because we do find out someone that Tommy was really close to in the military.
Yeah.
Passes away.
Yeah.
And he's helping out the widow of his friend. And Tommy's not there for fame. Tommy's not there to even really fight. He just knows that this is going to pay a lot of money, and he's going to, whatever he wins, he's going to give to the widow.
Because she's financially fucked, too.
Yes.
She's financially fucked, and she's got however many kids that she's got, and she's now a single mom because of the fact that her husband died.
On duty.
Right, and, and she's financially fucked, and, Tommy is sitting there going, Pilar, I'll take care of you. Mm-hmm. I promised, what's his nuts? Oh, man, I promised Manny, that I would take care of you. And she's like, yeah, I know. Anything you can do to help Tommy. You know?
Yeah.
And she's not even like, she literally is that desperate that she's like, anything you can do to help Tommy,
well,
please.
I don't want to say like desperate.
Not desperate, but it's not like most people would be like, and I think she is not most people, but her. I feel like that she was the type of character to be like, Tommy, no, don't, we'll be fine. That was what I was getting like in the beginning. But then it was like after, it was like whatever you can do to help Tommy. Like it's for, at the end of the day, it's for her fucking kids. It's not even for her.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
It's for her fucking kids.
Yeah, she's more thinking about her kids than herself. Her
fucking kids lost a dad. She's now financially fucked and is probably struggling to even hang on to custody for them. Yeah. You know, who the fuck knows? Because, again, we don't know her story that much. We don't know.
No. And we don't really get too much. We get, like, stuff about Tommy, but, like, the way Tom Hardy plays his character, he is very kind of mysterious because he doesn't have that many lines. He's a
dick to men, but he's really nice to women. You see that in the diner. You see that with Pilar. You see that like when it comes to women, he is very respectful. But when it comes to men, he's not even gonna fucking look you in the eye. He's just gonna be like, all right, whatever, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very, like, military. They're very big on, like, you know, you treat women with respect no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they say to be a dick to men, but Tommy's had a lot of the ultimate dick in his life. So
right. Yeah, you can't get past how Patty treated him, I guess,
yeah.
You know? And so, he's talking to Pilar, and that's where we find out that that's what he's fighting for.
He is fighting for her.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and fucking say every character in this film, this is what's bringing up Moby Dick. This is why I think they play Moby Dick all the time. Every character in this film, they are hunting for their white whale.
Ooh.
They are all fucking. I can't remember the name of the captain, but
Captain Nemo. Is that it?
No, that's 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, sorry.
I think. I don't know. It's Captain Ahab. It's Ahab. Yeah. They're all fucking Ahab because Nick Nolte, he's trying to win back his boys. That's his white whale. You know, Brennan, he needs money for the house. That's his white whale. He needs the money.
Yeah,
Tommy,
to provide for his family.
Same kind of thing. Wants to get it. And Tess wants Brennan just to herself. Wants him to not do this shit. Like, they're all chasing this white whale, and at the end of the day, they're not going to get it. You know, they're not going to get it. It's just. They're all Ahab.
And that's the same thing, because I don't really remember Moby Dick.
Oh, Moby Dick, he got away.
He got away, that's okay.
I believe he did, yeah. He fucked them.
I remember
he fucked them.
Did you ever watch, like, the cartoon? I don't know if it was Disney or... I don't know who it was.
The only cartoon of Ahab that I remember is fucking the Page Master, when they showed that clip of fucking Ahab. And he was like, "Oh, you cursey whale!" And then he throws the thing.
Stab at thee, yeah.
Yeah, and then the fucking whale breaks the boat and kills everybody.
No, there was an actual cartoon way back in the day.
No, I don't remember it.
Well...
But I probably wasn't paying attention. I was watching fucking Animaniacs and all kinds of shit back then. Okay. Whatever.
We got a movie to contemplate here.
We are contemplating. So, yeah. But back to it. So then, the boys have won. They're pretty much at the end, and they just have to fight. Brendan now has to fight Koba. And I don't even know Tommy. I think Tommy's fight was actually Mad Dog Grimes.
That was their.
I think that was his. His second to last fight. So Tommy beats the shit out of Mad Dog, and then Brennan is going up against Koba, and Koba gave him a run for his fucking money. Man. You almost thought that Koba was gonna win.
Yes.
And I think the only thing, because that's right. Koba had him on points. Koba had Brennan on fucking points. So Frank says during one of the ring time, he goes over there and he's all like, it's like, what are you fighting for? He goes, he was all like, I'm going to go get Tess. If you can't do this, I'm going to throw in the towel right now. I'm going to go get Tess. You're going to go home. You're going to go home. He goes, but if you do not knock him out, you will not have a home to go to. You will not have a home to go to. You need to knock his ass out. You have to knock him out.
Like, that's the only way you're going to be able to beat him is if you
gotta knock him
get
out.
a good swing at him.
Yep. And then he goes out there, he starts fighting Koba, and then he gets Koba in like this arm lock. And I don't know if that shit's legal. I've watched a couple UFC fights. I've never seen anybody like do the tap out thing like that. But
Brendan had his arms behind his back.
Yeah, he was like about to break his fucking arms. And I love it because you hear Frank in the back just going, break it!
Just break the damn
You hear Frank telling him to just break it.
Break the damn leg.
Because that's probably the only way that he would get him to fucking stop. Because, again, Kurt Angle's a big motherfucking dude. Mm-hmm. And Koba is the Russian fucking supposed to be badass.
Yeah.
The one to beat, as you say. And Brennan, eventually Koba fucking taps out.
He taps out.
Koba tapped out. And you gotta think about it. Like, those dudes, their body is their fucking instrument. Like, if they break an arm, break a leg, if anything happens like that, they can't fight.
Yeah.
They're not making money.
They're done.
That's their fucking livelihood. And that was something that they said, like, because two of the guys were fighters who were in those fight scenes. They were saying, like, during the making of the film, I know Joel was a big one who was like, yeah, when I had to fight with these guys, I was, like, intimidated and afraid because I was afraid that I would pretty much, like, accidentally hurt them. And they had a fight, like, 2 weeks after our, when we filmed. They were prepping for a fight. He was like, I was afraid that I was going to hurt them. Then they would, like, punch me with their good arm and beat the shit out of me. Like, shit like that. And I'm just like... And again, Joel had to do a lot of those fucking arm moves where he had to do that shit.
That was, I think, a big way of him to win the fights. Yeah. Were those holds.
He would get everybody to fucking submit.
Yeah.
That was his way of winning, yeah.
Tommy knocked people out and...
Brendan got him to tap.
Got the taps.
Yep. So then after that... Now we're getting to probably one of the hardest fucking scenes to watch. Mm-hmm. For me. This is a really hard scene for me to watch because this breaks my fucking heart. So Patty goes to the casino and he sees Tommy playing on a slot. Goes up to Tommy and he starts trying to talk to him. And at this point, Patty is like, fuck the training, fuck everything. I'm going to try to talk to my son. Mm-hmm. I want my son to talk to me. And he's just pressuring Tommy. And, before this, I do have to go back. Before this, Brennan and Tommy have their little meet on the beach.
They do.
I do have to talk about this.
Yes, that's a big deal.
They have a meet on the beach. That's where Tommy said, meet me at wherever. And Brendan's like, you want to go get coffee? You want to go sit down? Do we have to, like, stand here like we're making a fucking drug deal, essentially? Like, can we just go fucking talk and catch up? Tommy's all like, no, I don't drink coffee. You want to talk to me right here.
What is it with coffee in this movie? Like, it's
Well, it's AA.
Do you think it's an AA?
I think so, because most... Okay.
Most...
From what I know of alcoholics... Mm-hmm. Well, not even alcoholics. What I know of addiction in general... Because I myself have an addiction. But most people with addictions, in order to get rid of that addiction, they put in another addiction. Mm-hmm. Like for me, a big thing for me, like when I was like smoking in high school, gum. Gum was a huge replacement, and I like always am chewing gum. So I'm just like, I'm constantly chewing gum. If I don't have gum, I like, my jaw hurts, my fucking like mind goes nuts. But I know, like, a lot of people, when they want to try to quit alcohol or they want to try to quit something, they'll go to, like, let's say, coffee. It's like, I'm always going to eat coffee because coffee is going to be my drink of choice. Water, you'd like to think that, oh, yeah, I just drink water all the fucking time.
It could be like...
But at the end of the day, water doesn't have, like, a fucking bite to it. It's just clear. It's fucking what it is.
Yeah,
what it is.
And
coffee is a bite.
It's also a stimulant, too.
Exactly. And it's right up there with Diet Pepsi.
With soda.
Like soda. A lot of people that are alcoholics will drink soda, and it will be like the one fucking soda,
Yeah.
I only have a Diet Coke. That's all I drink, a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
But I think that was the point of the coffee.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see it that way.
At least with Patty, because Patty was always drinking coffee.
Yeah.
He drank coffee like I drink fucking coffee.
Yeah, and you're not even alcoholic.
I know you think I was an alcoholic with how much fucking coffee I'm drinking.
No, you're addicted to coffee.
I'm addicted. I am. I'm about to go fucking make another pot, and it's fucking 9:00 p.m.
You drink it all day.
I do.
But you never are like super hyper or anything. Nope. It's like you're immune to it.
And that's why I think I drink. Because I'm just not. And I even try to change like the brand I get. I can never fucking remember the name, but it's Canadian. But the brand that I get, I always constantly try to change.
It's like Kickin' Horse?
Yeah, something like that, like Kickin' Horse.
Or
I think that's what it is.
It's something with like an
animal.
Well,
the one that I get like, it's Kickin' Horse, I think is the brand.
Oh.
And then I get the fucking horsepower. It's like 545 or some shit, horsepower. And then the other one's Grizzly Claw.
Yeah,
and that's
like
one I got right now.
Something with a bear.
Right, and that's one I got right now is Grizzly Claw. I do like the Grizzly Claw because that does have a fucking bite. But, yeah, take them off the fucking grid. But anywho.
I guess I always, when I thought of like the coffee, I thought when someone's saying, oh, let's go get a cup of coffee, that means being social.
Yeah.
And
that could be
talking.
What Brennan does. That could be what Brennan was
Yeah,
meaning.
that could, yeah. Like, I think maybe the coffee has like a double meanings. Like no, like having coffee means having a relationship, being civil. Because he even said that, Brennan said that to the dad. Like, no, I'm not going to have coffee with you. Coffee means...
Yeah.
That means that means like some type of relationship, some type of a civil... That means being in each other's lives.
Party.
Yeah.
It's the tea party.
The tea party.
There you go. It's the fucking tea party. Sure, yeah. Such a have a spot of tea.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, but Tommy wants nothing to do with Brendan because he is still so hurt that he abandoned him. Tommy was the younger brother. Yeah. He had no idea not saying that Brendan would know what to do anyway, but still there's that feeling of like, oh, my older brother abandoned me.
My 16-year-old brother Tommy was probably 13 or 12 at the time.
Oh, probably.
You know.
Because you can see an age difference between the two of them. That's why it was really, really good casting.
Yeah. And yeah, so Tommy and Brennan, you just really see this dispute between the two. Mm-hmm. And then Tommy he's all like, are you in the Corps? Well, my brother was in the Corps, so I don't know who the hell you are. These kids you're showing me this. Why? I don't know them. Why the hell do I have any reason to want to be anything for them if I don't know who they are? Mm-hmm. He's like, my real brother was in the Corps. Those are the kids that I care about. That's the woman that I care about. I don't know any of you. He was like, well, you forgave Pop. You won't forgive me. He goes, he's just some vet that I train with. He doesn't mean anything to me. It was like, and from what I hear, he doesn't mean anything to you either. Mm-hmm. So why are you're one to come at me sitting there saying that, I forgave Pop and all this shit.
And I think that's like just the anger, the grudge, just the hurt is definitely what makes him the type of fighter that he is. He is not saying that I doubt that he actually truly feels this way, but that's his new type of like juice. Yeah. Is his resentment, his anger, that abandonment issue, like those.
We're talking about Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Did I say Tommy? I thought I said Tommy.
I think you did, but I was just double checking which one we were talking about. Because we got both of them on the beach.
True, yes. Because Tommy's fighting style it just looks like pure... Barbaric. It's barbaric. It looks like pure anger and pain. Mm-hmm.
He's just seeing red every fucking time he gets in the ring. That's exactly what it is.
You see it too in his eyes. Like Tom Hardy, he does such a good job, even though he does mumble a lot in this fucking movie, which pissed me off.
A lot of them do, except the only one, and we talked about this.
Yes.
The only one with perfect fucking diction in this film
but still was
is Nick fucking Nolte.
But he still was like mumbling, but I could understand him. Like that was a character choice.
Who?
Like Nick Nolte.
Well, again, but also he's got that deep fuck. So he had to fucking worked on that through the fucking years.
Yeah, his voice, like, it resonates. Like, it has that resonance that is, no matter how he spoke, I can still hear him. Like, Tom Hardy, and even, like, everyone else in the film, we had to, I don't know if it was the film's fault or Amazon Prime, but we had to put, or our TV's fault.
Well, the film did have 6 weeks to fucking make this film, so they were probably, like...
Oh.
I believe they were on, like, a tight time schedule, like most films.
Right.
But they had 6 weeks to do everything. But again, it might have been our TV and it might have been fucking Amazon Prime. Because Amazon Prime and our TV in the bedroom, fuck, I don't even know.
I don't know.
But sometime most of you probably watch your television. Like Netflix will be really fucking loud and you'll have that bitch on 10 and it sounds like it's on 50. And then you put on, like, in our case, Prime, you got the fucker on 10 and you can barely hear it and you got to turn it up to 75 in order to just hear fucking a little bit of stuff. Yeah. So it's like, you could be very right.
That was my main complaint about the film, was that I could not hear, like, and we couldn't even put on the fucking subtitles, which pissed me off too.
Yeah, that was probably an Xbox thing.
Yeah.
But so that was them with Brennan and Tommy. So now let's go back to the casino. So Nolte's working in. He's trying. He's over it. He wants to be a father to his sons. He wants his sons to love him.
And it was fun. Like, even like Patty, when it was Brendan's turn to fight, he would go up to him. He would kind of like be at a distance, be like, "Go get him, son. Go get him, Brendan. Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, you got it."
And you just felt so bad because Brennan would fucking just ignore
turn his head, not even give him a second glance.
That's what pissed me off. God damn it. But at the same time, it's like, I put yourself in the shoes.
Yeah.
But so Tommy is now all like, because I think Patty is trying to talk to Tommy. And he's all like, Tom, I was in Nam. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be in the military. Like, talk to me. You can talk to... Which is probably why Patty was an alcoholic and was abusive, because he was in the military, and who the fuck knows what he saw. A lot of people who were in Nam are the ones that have some hardcore shit.
Yeah, not to dispute that the other wars weren't hard.
I don't know. Every war is hard. I don't care who you are. Every fucking war is...
But Nam was
war is war, but Nam
was definitely just fucked up.
Right, you watch all them fucking movies about Nam and you just see how fucked up it was.
It shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Alright, so he's talking to him and then Tommy's just like, now, where was this guy, 13 years ago? I needed you 13 years ago. I don't need you now. Mm-hmm. He's like, the only thing that me and Brennan have in common are that both of us do not need you. You're nothing to us. That's the one thing that we have in common. He's like, but you keep coming at us like you're a fucking beggar with your little cup. Like, just asking for change. And you really start to see Patty just start to lose it. And he's about to cry. Like, not even about to cry. He's essentially crying. He's losing it. He's about to have a breakdown.
Breakdown.
And fucking Tommy takes a cup and he goes, what? He starts filling this cup. He goes, here's a cup right here. And he starts filling it up with quarters.
Yeah.
And he goes, take the fuck. And then he throws the quarters all over Patty's face.
In his face.
And Patty is just like, it hits him and he's just like about to cry and just turns and starts to mosey away, like starts to really walk of shame.
Yeah, and Tommy, he says it twice. Like, I actually kind of like you better
as a drunk. Yeah, he does say that.
Because at least when you were a drunk, you had like balls or something, or at least
now you're nothing.
Yeah.
You had balls when you were drunk.
Yeah,
now
you
were
pathetic. Actually a man. Yeah. He's pretty much saying like you're not even a man anymore.
Yeah, and it's just, god damn it, it's just horrible. And you see for a fucking instant that Tommy felt horrible for what he did. Mm-hmm. Because, and that's where you start to see the humility in Tommy, is because you think Tommy's just a prick, which he is, throughout this entire film. But you do see that you really see the, it's a vulnerability. You really see this vulnerability with Tommy. He was just like, god damn it. And now we've got... It was too much for Patty. It was too much. He couldn't take it. He did everything he could to try to get his boys to like him and to get back in with his family. But they wouldn't accept him at his best. So what does he do? Like most of us probably would. He goes back to his worst.
Yeah, he relapses.
Like he fucking gets hardcore drunk. You see bottles spilt over. Like, that's how bad he got. And
like, fuck Bran. He was drinking everything.
Yeah.
From what it looked like.
Yeah. And then Tommy, opens the door to his room. And
it's like daylight.
You just hear it's the fucking afternoon. It was in like the morning. Like he was drinking all night and was still fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
So he wakes up Tommy, and Tommy opens the door, and you see Patty in a robe. He's got his headset on with his tape. He's listening to Ahab, or he's listening to Moby Dick, and he's sitting there, and he's just like, "You bastards!" You just hear, "You gutless bastards! Stop the goddamn shit!" You know,
he has like a ball. He has like the tape deck on one hand, the cassette tape, a bottle, still like going at it.
Stop the goddamn shit! And he's just yelling at Ahab. And this is where I think, this is where I know why they are playing, that everybody is searching for the fucking white whale. Mm-hmm. Because Patty has that line, when Tommy walks in, and Patty gets up in his face, and he's just, "Stop the goddamn shit!" And he's yelling it right in Tommy's face. And Tommy's just, it's the first time you see vulnerability with Tommy with his dad. And you really see that Tommy is, in his face is, what the fuck did I do? Like, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah, and it also, I think, scares him a little bit because I think it kind of brought him back to being a child.
That could have been it too. Holy shit.
Seeing the past come back, it could have been that too. But the vulnerability thing, yeah, and then the guilt,
just fucking, and then Patty walks in, and he's just like, "We're lost, we're all lost, because every character is fucking lost in this fucking film. Yes. Every character is lost. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what's going on. Everybody's hunting. They're lost. And Tommy gets in. He grabs his dad and just hugs him. He takes the bottle away, puts the bottle down. He gets him on the bed, and he just wraps him up. And he wraps his legs around him. He cocoons him, and he just is hanging on to him. And then Patty's just like, "Tommy, you know I always loved you. I always loved you. I loved both my boys. I loved you all." He's just getting real. God damn it, I'm already starting to fucking cry.
Me too.
Fuck me. Fuck. I'm starting to fucking tear up. So, all that. Now we get to the fight that we've all been fucking waiting for. We're at Brennan and we're at fucking Tommy.
This is when we find out. Well, everyone finds out.
This is where we find out about them being brothers and Tommy going AWOL because the military police shows up and they're going to arrest fucking Tommy right after this motherfucking fight.
I'm surprised they didn't.
That, again, and this is what I'm going to say, is Hollywood. Because I'm pretty sure, number one, they would have found his ass right a fucking way. Number two, Jesus Christ.
Wow. The rain's really coming down. Holy shit.
And number two, fucking... they wouldn't have waited.
No.
They wouldn't have given a shit if he was fighting.
Or because Tommy is now looked at as a hero.
Yeah.
The military would have gotten such a backlash if they didn't allow him to compete.
Well, and then Pilar.
Yes.
Thank you, because I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
So Pilar, that's where her interview comes in. They air her interview at the UFC event. Mm-hmm. And she says that Tommy's unit was actually shot upon. It was a friendly fire. Mm-hmm. So whether that be an American military or an ally military, I don't know. They don't specify. I'm assuming American. But his unit was killed by friendly fire. And they were trying to hold up American flags to let him know. And Manny was shot. Mm-hmm. And Tommy was the only one who survived. And Tommy then said, "Fuck the military. Fuck America.
Yes.
Fuck everything. I'm leaving." That's why he goes AWOL, because he was killed. Well, because his brother was killed, and his entire fucking unit was killed by friendly fire.
Yeah, so that definitely...
That's anything to make anybody be pissed off.
Oh, yeah. So I think the least the military can do is to let him fight, or else, oh boy,
there would have been some hardcore backlash. Hardcore fucking backlash.
There probably would have been not even, I don't say like a riot, but
but Tommy did a lot, because he even says that he does say this during the casino scene. He says, what? You think I'm a hero and everything? You know what I really am? I'm fucking AWOL. I left. Yeah. These guys are still fighting for their country, and I fucking left because I don't care.
That's why he wasn't using the military, like the hero thing that people were calling him. He was just like, no, I'm not. I am not a hero. You guys might think that I am, but
not for damn.
Yeah.
Nope. So
there's that is another like redeeming quality that Tommy has, because he could have totally ran with the whole I'm a hero, love me, make me fan favorite.
Nope, that's just not him, man.
No, it's not, and it's very honorable.
So they do their fight. They're fighting. Tommy is kicking Brennan's ass, and Tommy he throws a fucking cheap shot in.
Yeah.
In the first fucking round, and Frank is like, the fuck was that, Josh? And mind you, Josh, he was a real referee for the UFC at the time.
I wonder what the gloves were for. He's wearing these like leather gloves.
Because he's dealing with sweaty men and
bloody.
bleedy.
Okay, I get that.
They're all good. If they're not wearing gloves and handling these dudes, there's a problem with you.
Yeah, that's a health problem.
Yeah, and that's probably another reason why, because they probably legally have to wear those gloves because of the fact that they are dealing. Because if they get hurt, and that's why, I don't think they really wear like long sleeves now, but I think a lot of them would wear like long sleeves, and so that they don't get blood like on their person. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That's my thought.
Yeah, no, I see that.
That's what I would do. If I was a referee, I'd be wearing long sleeves and all kinds of shit, covering my shit up. I don't want any blood getting on me.
Yeah,
I don't want to go 28 days later, you know?
Yeah, there's that. And what if someone lied on their test and they have some type of
absolutely
disease that even if you get it in your fingernails or somewhere.
Well,
damn, I should be wearing...
Fuck, dude, there's a reason why I don't wrestle anymore. I used to fucking be a wrestler in high school, and I fucking don't do it. I fucking hate it. I left after 3 months because I got staph.
Oh.
I got staph from
I thought you were going to say ringworm.
No, I got it worse. I got staph infection from a fucking kid.
Ew.
I got staph infection, and when that happened, I had it for like 4 months.
Holy shit.
I had it for a very long time. That was the reason why I couldn't wrestle anymore, and I had it so fucking long that it was just, I looked like, you're not going to get this reference, but maybe some people who have watched, like, Children of Dune, I had what fucking Leto fucking looked like. Like, my arm was, like, transforming. Like, it was crawling up my fucking arm and went in, and, like, my entire arm was covered in this rash, and then it went up to my fucking torso and started working its way down.
Oh, my God.
It was slowly taking over my fucking body, and
Holy
it was just,
shit.
It was so fucking, all the doctors were like, yeah, we don't know what to do. We're just going to give you pills, and then we're just going to give you cream and hope that it goes down. And it was like, okay, it only took 4 months, but it eventually went down.
Thanks.
But then after that, I was like, fuck wrestling.
Oh, I would.
Fuck wrestling. Never again. And I honestly hate fucking wrestling because of that. Like, I will talk so much shit on wrestling because of that. And I am talking school wrestling. I'm not talking like the WWE.
Yeah, high school wrestling.
Yeah, high school wrestling. I'm the professional, well, the Olympic wrestling, if you will. Greco-Roman.
Greco-Roman wrestling was my sport.
Yes.
That's a ladies' man reference.
Lately I felt. I'm down to about a half a bottle of Cavassier, so that means we are just about out of time.
Speaking of out of time.
Yeah, we almost there. But we're almost there. We're at the end. So they fight, and then he gets the cheap shot in. And round 2, now Brennan is coming back. And Brennan gets Tommy in one of his famous arm locks. And he's like, Tommy, tap. And Tommy won't tap. And I don't know if this was an accident or not. I can't tell. But Brennan does break Tommy's arm. He pops his fucking shoulder out of place.
Yeah.
And Brennan is now starting to be the brother and is all like, I just fucking hurt him. And he's freaking out. Tommy is still a fucking dog trapped in the corner, just lunging out at him, swinging at him with a broken arm. And, they sit him down in the corner and Frank's all like, no, Brennan, stop. And he's like, Brennan's still trying to like, he's pretty much going to give up the match. He's not going to. He was like, Josh! And he's like, no, Josh! Josh, go away! No, Josh! He goes, no, you're going to fight him. Like, you're going to finish this. Like, and then even after Brennan's just like, Tommy, stop! You lost. Like, come on.
I remember like he put his arms, his fists down. Like,
Like, what are you doing? Stop it. Yeah, and Tommy's still fucking with one arm, just swinging at him. Yeah, Josh is just like, oh, okay. Let him do it.
Fucking Josh.
Yeah, fuck you, Josh. No, I love Josh. But I just love it.
I do love
Do your job, Josh!
Yeah, Frank is just like giving
so much
Josh
shit.
So much shit. I love it. It's
great job, Josh.
Yeah. That is a really good comedic moment during like a nice little break with all the drama that's happening right now because Patty isn't there. He leaves. That's
right, and Brennan even goes during the handshake. Brennan goes, "Where's Pop?" It's, now you're fucking asking, "Where's Pop?"
Yeah, now
you're fucking turning your head the entire fucking film. You're ignoring this fucking guy, and you don't see him one fucking time, and now all of a sudden it's, "Hey, where's Pop?" And then Tommy just turns and is like, "Don't fucking talk to
me." Yeah.
But I feel like that turn was more of a Tommy made Patty go back into drinking, and Patty's whole point of trying to be sober was that he could see his grandkids.
Oh my god,
so
yeah,
that he could be around his grandkids. But Tommy, that was my thought. It wasn't like Tommy's being usual asshole Tom. No, that was a turn of guilt. That was a turn.
I didn't think of. I thought it was more like don't get in my head kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah, I think that turn was a turn of.
I like that.
This is what I just did.
Not that I like that.
This is what This is what I just did to Pop.
That's better.
Yep. So he does that, and then finally Brennan gets him in another lock. And at this point is just trying to get him to pat. He's just like, Tommy, I love you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just please tap. Just tap. I love you. Like, da-da-da-da-da. They're getting really into it. Tommy taps. And then Brennan gets Tommy up. And Frank shoots into the cage and goes over to the fence and is screaming at Tess and is all like, go straight to the locker room. Just go.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, get to the locker room.
Did we say that Tess shows up?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So Tess does show up. Yeah. She shows up. She watched. So that was the evolution I was talking about.
Yeah.
She only wanted a text message, and then she transferred to watching it on TV. And then she shows up for the final fight.
Yeah. And even the high school kids, they found a place, like a drive-in to watch it. They wanted to watch it at the school, but the principal's like, no, this can't happen. And then the principal started to watch the fights because he's a huge fan, and he's like rooting for...
he's a closeted UFC fan.
Yeah, he's a big fan. And then he goes and joins the kids to watch. And that's a really cool, another evolution of the principal.
But again, he broke every rule that we were talking about earlier with my, like, the teachers, how teachers don't go. But he goes.
He went, yeah.
Fucking young kids drinking and probably smoking fucking weed watching UFC. In real life, that's what was fucking happening. In this film, probably fucking not. But in real fucking life, those kids were fucking getting down. They were fucking smoking the weed. They were getting high.
Making the babies.
Somebody was probably fucking under the fucking bleachers.
But for the film's sake, they were eating hot dogs and soda pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be real, y'all. What you were doing when you were in fucking high school, your fucking kids are doing it. So just fucking accept it.
Okay.
Right? Am I right, Opie? You're giving me the look like, Dad, shut the fuck up.
You're too young, Opie.
I'm sleeping, bro.
Don't listen to Daddy.
Well, let's finish this up because we're almost there.
Let's finish this.
So they're leaving, and then Brennan and Tommy walk down the hall, and then that's essentially it. They're hanging on to each other, and that's like the brotherly moment. And Patty does show up at the last second to see them walking together, and then that gives him like a, all right, my job's done, and then he just like tips his hat and walks away. Now, I am not the biggest fan of the end of this film. I am not the biggest fan of how this film ends, because they try to put us on this like, oh, it's such a happy ending. No, it's really not. Because, Brennan wins. What does Tommy win? He doesn't win anything. He's going to fucking jail. And we don't really get the fact that he does surrender to the fact of... I mean, he's letting his brother hang on to him. Okay, sure. But I personally do not think that there is a win-win here. He's going to jail. Not only is he going to fucking jail, Pilar is still fucked financially, and now there's going to be nobody to help Pilar.
Well, just like you were saying earlier that this film does allow us to use our imagination.
Yeah.
So you're saying this, Brendan won.
Right.
He's the winner. He gets the money.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that he is going to help Pilar.
Well, then he's paying all of his fucking taxes to help a woman that he doesn't know. Because all that money that he's going to get taxed on, this is reality. All of that fucking money that he's going to get fucking taxed out, he's going to give money to Pilar, and then he's going to pay all of it fucking back in taxes.
Okay, well, fine. Okay, let's say that... No, I'm not like...
No, I got it.
No, cool. You're bringing in some more reality to it. Yes, you get taxed on every fucking type of money that you win. Even the fucking drag queens, they get taxed when they win.
Exactly.
Drag race.
So at the end of the day, what are you getting?
Well, maybe Brendan, he pays off his debts and he still tries to help.
And that could very much be it. And if it really is $2 million, maybe he's got enough money he can bail fucking Tommy out.
Maybe that too.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Again, you're right. It's a movie.
It's a movie, and I want to believe that. I mean, regardless, Tommy has to go. He has to pay what he did.
Oh no, yeah, he's paying for it.
Even though he was a hero and he did all these things, maybe he will get out of prison early because of what he did.
One can hope.
You know what I mean? Like there are so many possibilities of there being something good that happens for everyone else. Yeah. Like I'm hoping eventually Patty gets the relationship with his sons and they eventually grow. It might not take, the time that you would want, like in a film that we don't get, but I truly believe that there's a happy ending for everyone at some point.
Yeah,
maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow.
You gotta
get on that plane.
Yeah. Thank you for stealing my line.
I didn't steal it.
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Nope. Moment's over.
Do it again.
And the film is over. So now I think you've got a question.
All right. Would you watch this film without me?
I want to say yes, because I really, really did enjoy the film despite the sound problems. But I think at some point I will. I want to say yes, but I probably won't until I watch it with you.
Yeah.
And that's not in a negative way. It's just, I don't know. It's that's just how I feel about it. I would, but I might end up just waiting for you anyway.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's go on over to the handy-dandy Shakespearean notebook. Nice. All right.
You gotta hit the button.
This is actually really good. So who is the calumniating, beast-eating bed presser? Again, that is uttering maliciously false statements, immature, unweaned, lazy person. It's actually tough. The one person I'm going to say is obviously Patty.
No, see, I was going to say Tommy up until
that's what I was thinking too, until
presser.
The lazy. But in a way, he is kind of lazy because of the fact of, I'll go ahead and say it, he's lazy emotionally.
Ooh, okay.
He's emotionally lazy.
Emotionally lazy, and he was taking steroids.
Exactly. Ooh, exactly.
So yeah. I think Tommy.
Yeah. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. All right, so what do you have in store for me?
So I have yet to do a classic film, and I used to be worried about doing it, thinking that people weren't going to listen because it's not really that contemporary. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm hoping that if you haven't seen this classic film, that you do, because it is really one of the greatest, in my opinion, Hollywood films of all time. And you saw me watching it earlier, and we'll talk about the story of you walking in on me watching it. It's really, really interesting. All About Eve.
Yes.
Starring Bette Davis.
Okay. Fabulous. Mm-hmm. Which I have not seen.
No. You watched one scene and had some idea of what it was, but you were completely...
Oh, yeah! And I was completely off.
Yeah.
Okay, well, folks, thank you again. That was Warrior. Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful time. Catch up with us next week with All About Eve. Hopefully you can find that somewhere. I don't know if that's streamable or not.
I don't know. But if you don't know what All About Eve is, I'm sure you'll know the famous line... Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
There you go. Yeah, it's actually probably on YouTube. But
I'm sure it's on YouTube.
But anyway, thanks everyone for joining us once again. You can find us on all podcasting platforms.
Mm-hmm. Please like, subscribe, hit us a review or two, please. We're all over social media. We are on Instagram, movies.contemplation_pod. We are on Twitter, movies_pod. We are on Facebook at Movies and Contemplation. And we're also on email, movies.contemplation@gmail.com.
Yes, thank you once again, contemplators, and we'll see you cats next time.
Big jam in the sky.
Big jam in the sky. Mwah, that is.